Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, hopefully I'm going to be building the last VM I'll ever build by hand, meaning, step by step. I'm going to attempt to automate the process of deploying VMs through this server. So that way I no longer have to go through the manual process of doing it. So again, in this video, I'm building VM name Emperor-01, named after the Emperor Penguin, hence my YouTube channel name, Tech and Penguin. The penguin, the one that incubates the egg through an Antarctic winter. This server only's job will be to hatch new VMs. It's dedicated deployment box that uses Kickstart, Ansible, and the VMware modules to build fully configured DISA STIG partition Linux servers on demand. So I'm gonna have the option for RHEL 9, RHEL 8, Rocky Linux 9, and Rocky Linux 10. But before it can automate anything, it has to exist. So today I'm gonna do a manual final setup for this VM. I'm gonna set up every partition, every hardening step, every post-install task, everything by hand. And every click you watch me make in this video will make it automated, so next time when I deploy a VM I don't have to do any of this. So okay, let's get started. So first thing, I'm logging into my VCSA. All I need to do is create a new VM. So that's fine. I'm gonna leave it under servers. That's okay too. I'm gonna select my ESXi1, and let's use this data store. That's fine. ESXi7. This is a Linux VM, and I don't think there's a Rocket Linux option. Okay, so same thing. So Red Hat Linux 7. I'm sorry, 9. And we don't need anything crazy for this VM. So we're going to do 2 virtual CPUs just in case. I'm going to enable um, this option. So in case I need to increase it, I can do so. As if the VM is running, I don't need to shut it down. For virtual RAM, I'm going to set it to 4 gigs. It's fine as well. I'm also going to enable memory hot plug. For the OS virtual disk, I think 50 gigs should be enough. I do want to set it as theme provisioning. That's under here. So I don't want to allocate all the 50 gigs if I don't need it. And I do need another disk, and I'll tell you in a moment what for. This one I'm going to set it to uh, probably 75 should be enough. But I know 100 is going to be overkill, but I'll leave it as that for now. Again, the theme provisioning, so that way I'm not allocating the full space. And network, this is going to be on my management network. And I do need an ISO file, so let's browse to my NAS ISO. And again, I'm gonna make this a Rocket Linux 9.8. Okay, so far what did I do? I'm allocating 2 virtual CPUs, 4 gigs of RAM, a 50 gig virtual disk for the OS, and a 100 gig virtual disk where I'm going to mount all the ISOs that I'm going to use to kickstart any VMs that I want after that. Um, so there's one more thing I need to do under VM options. The firmware, I think that's under. Yep, so it should be EFI, so that's good. That's what I need. Okay. So I believe that's all I need over here. So we'll do next, finish, and then we should start deploying over here. Unless it's done already. That was quick. I didn't even see it. Did I not give it a name? I guess not. So let's give it a name. Rename. 01.alpha. All right, so let's go ahead and start this VM so we can start the process of doing the final configuration for this VM. Web is fine. I'm gonna install Linux. Okay, so we're at the part where we're gonna configure the OS. So for now, I'm just gonna click continue. I'm gonna set up my root password. I'm going to allow SSH for it. I need a local account. What should I name it? Let's do something simple. Let's do TP admin for Tech Penguin. That makes sense. I'm gonna give it admin rights, give it a password. That's done. So I want to do a minimal install. I don't need anything crazy, so that's more than enough. I'm gonna set up the network. Go configure. I'm gonna disable IPv6. I don't need that. IPv4, we're gonna switch that to manual. I'm gonna input the IP address I'm gonna be using for this guy. Netmask is /24 gateway. And then DNS, it's gonna be my free IPA DNS servers. Search domain, I believe it should be okay. So it's good. Give it the host name again. Apply. And then I need to configure. So these are the two virtual disks. So again, I'm just going to be configuring this one right now because that's where I'm going to install the OS. So I'm going to select it and do custom. I'm going to do done. And again, just to follow DISA STIG security standards, I'm going to configure this the way they tell us to. So just follow along. So for these guys, so basically I'm just going to separate a lot of the file systems. And I think I already explained this in one of my videos from a few weeks ago. I'm going to link it in the description if you guys want to follow along or try to understand a little bit better why I'm doing this, why I'm separating the file systems. Swap. I'll give it 5 gigs. So again, the home partition doesn't really need to be big because this is not a server that's going to be used by users at all. So it doesn't really matter the size that you give it. Var log. I want to set that to 4 gigs. Var log audit. I want to set this to 2. Var temp. Set this to 2. /temp. Set this to actually You know what? Let me increase this a little bit to 5. So we got some space left. Let me go back to this one. We'll do 5. Update settings. I have 3 gigs left. So let me update this one to 3. And this one to 5. Okay, still got 1 gig left, but that's fine. So click done. Confirm everything that we're setting up. Accept changes. That's fine. I don't need to change the keyboard layout. Language is fine. Time is fine. That's good. That's good. So looking good. So begin installation. All right. So I'm gonna pause this for a minute. This is gonna take obviously a few minutes. I'm sure you guys don't want to see this. So I'll be back once that's done. Okay. So the login prompt is here. But let me switch over then. I don't want to use a web browser anymore. So I'm going to switch over to my other terminal real quick. All right, so I'm going to log in as root. Good, so we're in. And first thing you should always do is run updates. So we're going to let this run. If I know how to type. We're going to let this run. It's going to take a while again. So I'll be back in a few minutes once this is done, and we'll continue with the process. All right, so I'm back. So all the updates are installed, and I rebooted the system. So next thing I want to do is I want to actually configure the second virtual disk that I mounted to this VM when I was creating it. So let's list the devices. So let's do a ls blk. As you can see, this is my target right here. So that's what I need to configure. Okay, so let's do a pv create /dev /sdb. That's this name right here. And devs for devices. Okay, so that was created, and let's create a new volume for this. So we'll do vg create volume group vg underscore isos. I just, a name that's meaningful to what it's going to be used for. Obviously, I'm going to be using this for all the isos I'm going to be using to kickstart various VMs. And obviously, it's going to go under dev sdb. So that's good. Next thing I want to create is a local volume. So we're going to do lv create -l 100%. So basically I'm telling you use the entire disk space for it. And the name of -n is for the volume name. So it's going to be lv isos, and obviously it's going to be for the volume group that we just created, isos. What happened? Your local volume name lv create -l. That's fine. 100% free -n lv. Oh, why did I put this dash in here? I don't need that. Okay, so that's created. So now we need to make the file system xfs. So mkfs.xfs, and then the volume. So it's going to be dev vg isos lv isos. Okay, and we're gonna make the directory where we're gonna mount all those isos to. So make dir-p. It's gonna go under srv isos. That's fine. And one more thing, I need to add this to the etc fs tab, so is persisting after reboot. Let's do cat a file redirect to etc fs tab dev mapper vg isos -lv underscore isos, and then it's going to mount it to SRV ISOs, that's the directory I just created. File systems XFS, defaults, nodev, nosuid, 00. And a file, so that should write to it. Find mount verified, just to make sure everything's good. There's no errors, that's good. And let's restart the daemon systemctl reload. That's good. Mount SRV ISOs dfh SRV ISOs. Okay, so that's good. We had 100%. So it should be showing up in here too. So if I do a df-h, it's right there. Good. So that we get that out of the way. So the next thing I want to do is install the free IPA package so I can add this VM to my domain. So we're going to do DNF install IPA client -y for yes. And again, this will take a little bit. It's take a few minutes, so I'm going to pause the video. Okay, so the package is being installed. So just to show you, so I went over to my free IPA under host. I created the VM already. As you can see, it has not been enrolled yet, so that doesn't say anything. Once it's been enrolled, it's going to switch that over to true. All right, so let's do that. So the command to do that, we want to do IPA client install. We're going to do make humdir password secret host name equals. Actually, I don't even need to do that. Let's make it simple. I think that should be enough. We'll do yes. For google.com. So I'm just setting up NTP. So I'm using the public NTP servers, time 1, time 2, 3, and 4 from Google. That's fine. Skip that. So we're going to double check on that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's correct. Attempted. That should be successful. Okay, now it was able to find my free IPA server for the certificates as a CA authority. We'll do yes. Okay, and so now we're going to verify it over at here. So if I bring this up here and I refresh, so now we see these guys set to true. Good. So far we've done updates. We've joined into the domain. The next thing I want to do is I want to enable SSH keys. And I'll run the command and then I'll explain it to you why and what it is. So let me run this real quick. In a file, etc sshd config -ipa -keys conf. User being sss underscore ssh authorized keys. Command user nobody and a file. Then we do systemctl restart sshd. Okay, so what is happening here? So normally SSHD validates key logins by reading a local file under your home directory, which is the .ssh authorized underscore keys in each user's home directory. So that means basically copying keys to every server for every user, and forgetting to remove them when someone leaves. That's an issue. So authorize keys command changes that. Instead of reading the local file, SSHD runs a specified program at login time, and and it's going to ask for it for the user's public keys. Here, that program is the SSS underscore SSH authorized keys, part of the triple SD. So the same daemon that already handles the free IPA logins on this host, triple SD, will is going to query a free IPA over LDAP. It retrieves the public key. The public key stores on that user's IPA account and hands them to SSH. So that's basically what I'm doing here. So I'm just utilizing all the options that I have with free IPA, so that way I don't have to deal with any SSH keys. Okay, so the next things I want to do is I need to install certain packages that I need for this VM. So I'm gonna be installing. I need Ansible core. I need Unio SL image, Git Python 3 dash pip. I need pip 3. I think that's all I need. Okay, let me check this packages later. DNF install Ansible core. Okay, we'll just go with this. All right, we're gonna let that run, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so that's done. So let me switch over now to my regular user account. So let me exit from here. I'm gonna log in as Tech Penguin. Do Ansible version. Okay, so that's good. So now I want to so I need for this, so I'm going to be automating the process of creating the VMs as well. So I need the VMware modules. So let me see if it is right. I haven't done this in a while. Ansible Galaxy, but hold on. Don't want to do this first. Yeah, Ansible Galaxy collection install community VMware. So this should pull all the VMware modules that I will need in order to create VMs using Ansible. Okay, so that seems to have worked. So here, let me create a directory named repos. Switch over to it, and now I'm going to clone my Ansible repository. So git at oh, come on, what's my password? Okay, so I need to set up my SSH keys in GitLab. So I'll be back in a minute. Hold on. So I created a key for Tech Penguin. So now I need to capture that key and copy it over to GitLab. Obviously, I'm not going to show you that because that's my key. So I'll be back in a second. All right. So as you can see, I'm able to talk to my GitLab server now. So let's go ahead and clone that repo again. But where am I? So let's go over to repos. Okay. So this should work now. Okay. So that gave me all my Ansible stuff that I already have. So this is going to be my baseline for what I need to do. So from here to the next video, what I'm going to do then is I'm actually going to start configuring this server as my Kickstart server. So again, this was the last hopefully that I created VM from scratch. What did I do? So I configured the OS. I configure the virtual disk first for the OS, and then the second virtual disk where I'm going to be uploading the ISO files for everything that I want to automate. Then I push update. I join the VM to or the system to free IPA to my domain controller, and then I configure my SSH keys to be able to work with my GitLab server, and I was able to clone my Ansible repository, which is I'm going to be using to automate the entire process. All right, I know this video has been going for almost 25 minutes right now, so I apologize for that. I tried to pause as much as I could. Hope you like it. And again, like I said, the next video, the Emperor starts hatching. We'll write the kickstart templates and the Ansible playbook to run everything. You just watch into a single command. It'll give you the option to pick rel 9, rel 8, rocky 9, rocky 10. I'll answer a few prompts. Like the host name, the IP, the CPU, memory, the disk, VLAN, and so all those options will be prompted to the user that wants to deploy a new VM, and then you'll just watch how it does the STIG partitioning. It will do the free IPA join, and it will be at the end. It will be production ready. It will be completely automated, hands free. All right, so I hope you like it. I'll see you on the next one.